Hi, my name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Jaguar E-Pace, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 2-litre D150 R-Dynamic HSE Auto. 2018 on a 68 plate, has done 24,302 miles. Fuel economy, urban 43.5 miles per gallon, extra urban 55.4 miles per gallon, and combined is 50.4 miles per gallon. 0-60 time of 9 seconds, top speed of 120 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder 148 brake horsepower 16 valve engine. It's a bit of a stealth machine, finished in black. The only thing at the front that breaks it up is this chrome trim round the grille there. You've got the R-Dynamic badge in there and front parking sensors. The car will park itself both perpendicular and parallel. I'll try and show you that later. Lovely looking car and great to drive. Multi-spoke alloys, dark silver and diamond cut, they look really good too. And the red Jaguar in the centre. Jaguar HSE vents here. We've got the Jaguar side steps on them, power folding door mirrors. It's keyless lock as long as you've got the key on you. Just press the centre there, little dimple in the handle, and it will lock. Come back to the car, put your hand behind the handle, that's it, it'll open. The full glass panoramic roof as well, great feature. It doesn't have rear privacy glass, and I think they look so much better without that rear privacy glass. Integrated rear tailgate spoiler, rear wash wipe. Let's just have a look. Power open, power closed tailgate. Got the twin chrome exhaust tips in the rear bumper there. Rear parking sensors. Got a reversing camera, I think. I'll just check that one and take it down. Plenty of room in the back there. It's got the hard rear load cover there that flips up. The other part of the load cover is actually attached to the tailgate, which is a good idea because it's a real nuisance when I have to put my camera bags in and put in the roller blind forward. So if you're watching Range Rover, do that. That's a good idea. It's also a nice flat load area and fairly low down if you've got a dog or anything to put in the back there. Yeah, there's the reversing camera. I switched the car on and the heater. I was photographing the car before. It's freezing up here. It's about -2 up here, and I was outside photographing the car, and an old chap, one of the farmers up here, and I see him most days. Anyway, he took a fancy to the car, so he stopped. I must have been talking to him for about 15 minutes. When I was doing the outside, I had a hoodie on, a body warmer, and an Oakley skiing jacket. My teeth were chattering, and he had a t-shirt and a little fleece, and he was, well, he was even older than me, I think. So anyway, it's the heat is nice and warm, lovely in the back here. Usual problem with kind of four-wheel drives these days, or the smaller four-wheel drives, you've got to put the headrest up, otherwise it's right in the middle of your back, but probably made for children. You know, a couple of the children in the back, although if you pay any attention to TV these days, it could be anybody. We've got airbags in the A-pillar, airbags in the roof here. You've got side seat airbags, and in the C-pillar is a D-pillar. I'm not sure about the D-pillar. It's quite a sloping back. I think it's a pretty good looking car, this, to be fair. It's got the ivory leather seats, so nice and lovely contrast with the black. There we go. 2 cup holders in the rear armrest, and the Isofix rear child seat anchor points. Got it. Just take your ride. Gee whiz. Right, so that's the key, the Jaguar key. There we go.
Get clear on this. When they called you after...
Bluetooth audio, an audio book there. Now, first thing to point out is we've got an engine management light on. Car's running fine. I'll sort that out when we get back. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. Let me see. Right, what else? Car will park itself. I'll try and show you afterwards. We had a Range Rover Evoque yesterday, and that's got this assisted parking on as well. I've got about 40 minutes in these cameras in the batteries. I did the test drive, and then I went to the car park at Waitrose. And I'm not kidding, it was like Armageddon. I set it to reverse into a parking space, narrow ways, and just going in, and a woman walked behind me, totally oblivious. I mean, well, I just don't know. And then somebody else who was looking for another spot, but not actually looking where they were going, nearly run into me, straight into me. So I thought, oh, forget this for today. It's obviously not my lucky day. So I'll try and do it with this, but I can't promise. But as I say, if you click this button here, the park button, actually, I'll just put that in park for a second. Click it in park, there you go. You've got park exit, so if you're in a tight spot, you can just click that and it'll take you out to the parking spot. Perpendicular park, that's the narrow way in, and parallel is the curbs there, and you're reversing between two cars. That's more for a shopping car park or something like that than the side of the road. So that's pretty good. That's a good feature. I say it's a good feature. When while I was trying to do it yesterday, these glasses have cameras in them, and I started videoing with the glasses, and I'm not kidding. It made you seasick. Me head's going backwards and forwards, checking the mirrors and checking up on the car. So I think I was going to have a flipping heart attack if I had to use it every day. I'd have a heart attack. Okay, I'll just show you how to use the assisted parking system in this 2018 Jaguar E-Pace. So if I just click the park assist button there, it's showing there you've got parallel park, perpendicular park, and park exit. That's looking for a space on the left. So if I just indicate right, it's now going to look for a space on the right. I put it in drive. It's telling me take care when maneuvering. Drive to activate sensors. Perpendicular park, searching. Press button by changing to auto, so I'm going forward. It's found a space. It's telling me to drive forward. So we'll go forward. I'm not touching the wheel. Stop and release wheel. Well, I've already released it. Select R and await next instruction. So into R. There you go, perpendicular park, reverse with care. So here we go. I'm just covering the brake, nothing else. It's going so far. It's now telling me to select drive and wait. So we'll select drive. There we go. So it's taking me forward. Perpendicular park, stop, select R and await next instruction. Reverse with care. Again, just covering the brake. Now, I tell you what, stop and select R and wait. It got me in the parking space, then took me out again and got me exactly, there we go, stop, it's finished, exactly in the middle of the lines. That's pretty good. The other thing, the sat nav screen, that's the sat nav screen normally. Just turn the heater down actually. Alright, don't remind me again, I don't want to know about that. Right, now my audio book is playing through my glasses. You can take telephone calls on them as well and listen to music, whatever you want to do. So that's the sat nav screen. On the dash here, just put my glasses on and get ready because I can't remember. It's so complicated. If you go on to click on menu, you see in the center there you can find display. So display, and then you click menu. Then you've got full map, and there you go. So you've got your sat nav right in the center of the screen there, and it's a full screen. And at the bottom you've got digital miles per hour, which I prefer anyway, and your fuel gauge and so on, or even your parallel parking there. I'll just try and knock that off. It's not gone off. I'll put it in reverse. Right, so that park assist cancelled. You've got reversing camera there as well. Look at that, the full screen. I mean, that is quite handy, I've got to admit. We've got heated front screen in here as well. On the side there, you'll see you've also got blind spot assist, which is an excellent, absolutely excellent idea. It's quite a cheap accessory, and it only needs to stop you from pulling out once, and it's paid for itself time and time again. And probably the motorcyclist that you would have knocked off anyway, he'd give you the money for it if you asked him. So it's a bit wild again up here. I need to take them off. Oh crikey, I'll tell you what, I've forgotten my weekend. Hang on, just go back. There's lots of salt on the road as well, so it's drying on the screen very, very quickly. Service history, 27th of 9, 2021, at 20,904 miles, Jardine Land Rover Reading, and it's done 24,302 miles now. We've also got memory, 3-position electric memory seats, and electrically adjusted. As I say, it's just gone. It's just gone a bit miserable as well. It was I don't know what that was, something in my in the back there, all my camera gear. Just gone a bit miserable at the moment. It's just started to rain. Fortunately, I did the outside, but again, apologies for the outside because it's not as clean. You can see what it's like coming up here. There's lots of spray on the road, lots of salt spray, and of course it's farming country, so there's lots of other spray. It's not very nice. The car's pretty mint. When Lance is finished with this, it'll look $1 million. It's just as it's come in. It's not been polished outside, it's not been cleaned inside. The seats would benefit from a wipe over. They are very pale, ivory leather I think they are, and they'll come out up like new. Jag seats, Jag interiors are just kind of second to none. Nice and simple. There's a grab handle there for the passenger. I think it just makes it look, it doesn't have the symmetry I'd particularly like, but having said that, you've got a steering wheel on this side, so what do I know? Jaguar are brilliant. I do think they run so good. You've also got just here different driving modes. If you click that back, that goes into dynamic. Need to put my glasses on again to show you this. So if you click that back, there you go, dynamic, click it forward, comfort, eco, rain, ice and snow. But if you put it in dynamic, it gets angry and everything goes red. I need to knock that off now. I need to knock the display off. Just get round here, click OK. That's why you have to concentrate on the country. Knock the full map off, and that's it. That's the angry red dynamic dashboard. And if I just knock it forward, that goes to the ordinary one, and then there you go. Now I quite like the look of that one. That's got a nice green circles round, which for some reason I associate Jaguar with green. So it's a nice display. It's I did have an XJR, an XJ6 shape with a flared wheel arches, and I had that for a very short while. I bought it to use myself, and I put it on the internet. Auto Trader, as it was then, you used to have to take photos as well. It wasn't just digital, it'd come out in a magazine, and the phone literally melted, and I think I sold it the first day I got it. So got the front central armrest here. Here's quite a good finish. I don't like cup holders that come in very handy, especially for me, but I don't like to see two holes in the center console. But if you flip that up, you can take that out, that little panel, and then underneath there you've got that. I've just spotted the what that noise was before. The locking wheel nut is in there, so that's what it was rolling about. Actually, just put it in dynamic there, and then I still wouldn't say it's particularly fast, but it's fast enough for me. And making these sporty style 4x4s or SUVs, you're trying to make them into something that they're not really. I mean, they're handy every so often, but a four-wheel drive SUV type up off the road is for comfort, I would say, and for getting places in inclement weather, or if you live out in the country. They're made to go over bumps, and you know, why would you want a sporty drive? I don't know, unless you're a yuppie and you live in a farmhouse but commute to work somewhere. Who knows? I don't know. But I always think if you try and make something that does two jobs, it doesn't do either properly. Like, you know, Range Rovers, they do exactly what they should do perfectly. And I just don't like it in dynamic. I like it in comfort. That's what Jaguar is. I was listening to an audio book on the way up, and There's a guy doing a woman's voice. He's doing the male voice and the woman's voice. I've never ever heard a woman talk like that or sound like that. Touch wood. Again, trying to do two things. It's not right. This is a lovely car. In comfort especially. I'll put it in eco, but eco just usually drains the last bit of enjoyment out of a drive. What's it doing? Oh yeah. Let me just try that again. So we're just tootling along. It's in eco. Put my foot down. It takes a little bit to respond. I don't like eco. Back to comfort. It's quite a nice display. Some switches here for your front and rear windscreen, automatic, for climate control. You can also knock the gear lever across like so, change up by pulling towards you, down by pressing away. But again, you just have it in drive. If you wanted to change gear, you've got paddles on the steering wheel here. There you go, knock down. And you can set you can set the paddles in the information in the settings, so the paddles only work when it's in sport, but I've put them to work all the time. Also, another thing, you'll see there's a GoPro up here, and you can also set, which is quite a good idea, especially if you're leaving the car and it's a red hot day. They don't make stuff easy, and with the blind coming forward automatically when you switch the engine off, I didn't want it to do it, so I was trying to find out how to switch it, how to stop it. Anyway, if you go into settings, you see there, home settings, all settings, audio settings, so there's nothing there. So I've got to knock that off, click climate, then go into settings, then you've got climate settings there, click climate settings, and then you've got auto airflow, auto sunroof blind, off and on, so you can knock it off there. But also there's auto airflow, and you can set how fast the fan goes, which you know, it really is all stuff that doesn't or shouldn't really be in a car. I mean, I'm out here, there's nobody on the road except them sheep, and there's all this, you can't pick your phone up, but you can mess about with all that business. It's just not, doesn't seem right to me. Anyway, apart from that, you've got lovely sports seats, nice and comfortable, the front centre armrest. Oh, you've also got lane departure warning down there, which I've turned off, which is stupid. Got cruise control and speed limiter here. The cruise control is pretty good, I have to say, because there's nothing worse than driving along the road with your cruise control on, and then somebody pulls out and you brake and it knocks your cruise control off and so on. So cruise control, if I set the cruise like so, that's on, and I can change the distance I want to stay from the car in front. The car is actually speeding up at the moment, but if there's a car in front and one pulled out, it would keep you that exact distance. It would brake you, slow you down, and also stop you if the car in front stopped. So that's a good feature. It's too dark and misty even for me to have sunglasses on. So looks lovely car from the outside with a Jaguar side steps on as well. That finishes it off really. We've got an ice warning out here, that's on the dash. The instrument display, left hand side, we've got speedo. In the center of the speedo there is a digital speedo, so it's analog on the outside with a needle, although it's an LED dash or TFT dash, whatever you want to call it. In the center is the digital readout, the speedo, so no ambiguity, it's telling you exactly how many miles an hour you're doing. At the moment it's saying 29. Below the digital speedo readout there's traffic signal recognition, so it tells you how fast you can go on that particular road, which I always find very, very handy, especially when you're approaching a speed camera. In the center you can set it for different things to show different stuff from this button here. At the moment it's showing my journey, fuel economy, how many miles I've left to go before I have to fill up. This chap's slowing down. Has he stopped for me, or has he stopped in the... No, he's stopped in the perfect place. Skoda driver. We do always Skodas, very, very good cars. It's showing me how many miles I've done on this trip and my average speed. And then on the right hand side you've got Rev Counter. It's showing me that auto stop start is off. And in the center of that, what gear I'm in. At the moment drive's just selected. Got your indicators on the left here. It's also your headlights, auto headlights, which is a great idea. And wipers on the right, rear wash wipe. On the left here, your voice activation, telephone controls, mode, so you can switch channels and so on, and from radio to Bluetooth. So it's Bluetooth hands-free. I click home there, we can have the map on, which comes in handy. Nice dashboard, contrast stitching. Jaguar make cars very, very well, especially the inside. Nice driving position. And just a lovely car. As I say, if I've got enough battery life, I will try and demonstrate if I've got enough battery life and there's no pedestrians trying to commit suicide behind me when it's parking, I shall try and demonstrate the parking system. But they not all do parallel and perpendicular, and to be honest, I find the perpendicular parking would be better on car parks. The only trouble is these days they're so narrow. You think, great, I can get in that really narrow space, and then you come back to your car and somebody's opened the door into dinged it or scuffed it. So you're far better off probably not doing a great job of selling this automatic parking here, but you're far better off. You're far better off just finding a parking space way away from anybody else and parking there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.